We did a story last week about a principal who physically abused special needs students. And I wanted action quickly because that principal was able to be re-employed by another school system. Here's the video that rocked the world. This is the special needs student talking to the principal. Other adults are around. It does not seem to be combative. Now, the student says something, principal, student engage, and then this happens. Yeah. All of the adults should have engaged in a citizen's arrest. I don't know why they decided to ignore the actions of this principal. And then we got information that he abused that same kid a few months before that. He was working again inside of another school in the state of California. I have an update to that story. Let's put up his picture full mass. Okay. We covered this story last week. California principal has been charged now. Finally, after we covered it, he has now been charged with child abuse and child endangerment after that video surfaced showing him pushing a special needs student to the floor. On Tuesday, the man you're looking at, Ryan Vollhardt, the former principal at Wolters Elementary School in Fresno, California, was captured on camera assaulting an 11-year-old autistic child and later charged with willful cruelty to a minor. Originally, when the principal called the student's guardian, Anne Frank, he told her that the child actually assaulted him. That's what he said. Rushing her to come and pick him up. Once she arrived at the school, the student told Frank what happened to him, and she contacted the authorities to look into the criminal offense. Within 1 day of the assault, Vollhardt, the principal, was placed on administrative leave by the Fresno Unified District. So they got rid of him. The district said on Thursday, June 9th, they reported the incident to the police and to Child Protective Services. Once again, they follow complete protocol here. So what happened? Why was he not arrested? Why did the investigation go nowhere until we exposed it on the airwaves? Here's why. A police investigation was in fact launched originally. That took place over the summer, prompting Vollhardt, who has a specialized certification for handling students with autism, to resign. You have a man who has the credentials, he has the academic background, and he has the training. He just lacks the heart. He was not out of work long. He was hired as the vice principal at Tranquility High School in the Golden Plains Unified District. That district was notified about the incident on Wednesday, September 7th, and saw the video on the same day as the rest of the community. And then that guy who abused a child was placed on administrative leave. The mother of the child, she's wondering, okay, listen, what the hell is going on here, right? And before I get to that, let me make it very plain. The investigation was launched. According to the police, the investigation got classified in the wrong category. And all of the investigative dynamics that should have been connected to this are not. That is what the police are saying. Well, it's clear to me the principal has friends in the police department, and he was able to make this thing completely go away. The mother of the child had to complain at the beginning of September to the Fresno Police Department to have them take action on the case. It had lingered because the district had not automatically shared the video footage with the authorities. An arrest warrant affidavit took months to be formed and states the student was yelling and getting in the face of the principal. According to Vollhardt, at one point, the boy formed his hand into a fist and pressed it against him. Lies. Vollhardt is scheduled in court for arraignment on Monday, September 26th, we are going to continue to follow this story until it is complete. This is a child abuser. The system was going to allow him to remain engaged with students, even though they knew he abused them. Calls to Tranquility High School in regards to this latest issue have not been answered. I'm still waiting on an answer on record so that we can tell you. All right, cousins, what are your thoughts here, brother?
Well, first of all, when you watch the video, you see the anger. I mean, this is an immediate gut reaction from that principal. Just that immediate spark of anger, which already tells you right there, this guy should never be allowed around kids. But also from just a more personal perspective here, you talk about this guy is certified, to be able to handle perhaps the physical aggressor children. Well, so is my wife. And for many years here in the state of Florida, as an educator, those were the students that she had, the physically aggressive students. She has been injured or had been injured by students in the past while she was doing this, but they never, ever, ever retaliated. No matter what the children said, no matter the physical abuse they had, they're taught ways, at least here, to calm them, to help restrain them, non-physical type things, occasionally physical if you have somebody who's a real threat. But my wife is a tiny little woman. Okay. She's about 5'2", 5'3", and she handles these situations, or at least at the time was handling them almost every day, and never once rose to the level that man did. And I'm talking about a woman who had surgery as a result of some of the aggression she suffered at the hands of these kids, and never once rose to that level. So there's something with that guy, with that former principal, that's not clicking right up here, because there are ways to handle kids, and especially one just walking up to you. It doesn't even matter what that kid said. That reaction from that man, there is no way to stretch that to where that was acceptable. I firmly believe personally there's something wrong with him, because I have seen plenty of great teachers handle and de-escalate situations without ever having to lay a hand on a child. There's no excuse for it, ever.
Very well said. And let me just give a big shout out to your wife. My mother, the woman who adopted me, is a school teacher. She was a school teacher at that time. She's a school teacher today. She loves children. That's what it takes in order to engage the right way. This particular principal, he is in fact a bully and a coward. I'm going to continue to stay on top of it until full adjudication.